one of my favorite topics. Coaching is something I lived on for many years, and I like to explore coaching when I go to interviews, job interviews, because job interviews is part and parcel of what I do. I'm not going to get too personal with you, but I need to say that in the HR field where I practice HR and I practice management at all levels. I love to talk to candidates about coaching. And certainly I don't go into the interview bringing up a topic about coaching, but I will ask, what are your strengths or what are the skills you bring to this organization? And people will say, well, I am a leader, and they love to tell you that they are a team player. And then they are saying, I'm a good coach. And when they get to the coach line, I pause and say, okay, explain to me what it means. I've heard many concepts. I've heard many approaches. Some are good, some are within my scope, some are outside my scope. And we try to explore those. So I hope that this session this morning will not be new to you. I hope not. If it is new, fine, then we have some new learning. But I hope for the majority of us, it's going to be one, a strengthening of what you've already known or learned in the area, but also to affirm your own thoughts, your own experience with coaching. All right, so our topic then this morning, coaching strategies to improve poor performance. And we are cramming into 3 hours of a semester's work. 3 hours of a semester's work. Semester is about 3 months. So we're touching all the main points. So what am I doing here? Just trying to get to my objective slide here. My next slide. All right, so can you see my objectives? Well, welcome. Miss Hall gave the welcome already. I have a little icebreaker coming up shortly. And of course, why are we here? Why have you come, really? I mean, I guess you can give me a little feedback on that, because this will not be a lecture. It's going to be quite participative and interactive. I would like you to talk to me. Yeah, because I don't want to assume what you know. I don't want to give a lecture. I want you to talk to me. And let's converse together, and I can help you to understand better what you already know. And of course, we can use some of your own experiences to explore some new pathways or pathways that many of us have been accustomed to, and learn from that. We're going to look at coaching part 1, and then we use case studies. We're going to start off by asking you to assess yourselves as leaders. I don't know what level you are in your organization, but certainly you've come, I think, because somehow you're been put in charge of people or a department or one person or a process, but you're in charge somewhere. And of course, some kind of action planning, I hope we can get to do by the end of it. All right, so look at this. This is a little icebreaker. Everyone look at this and tell me which tank you think will fill up first. So look at where the water is dripping at tank A. Can you see tank A? And let's say we're getting a drip per minute. Or let's say a drip per second. A drip per second is one drop. Which of these tanks do you think will fill up and overflow first? Can anyone just
I think it would be G.
G.
Yeah, it looks like G to me too.
Why G?
It's the only one that doesn't have any outflow.
Whoa. You know, that's a very good answer, you know.
No, it is not G, because from
very
C
good
to
answer, but
D
go
is
ahead.
block. So it would be K.
I agree, it's K.
So G is a good answer in terms of not seeing an outflow. Okay, that's a possible answer. But then, good point as well that D is blocked, so there's no inflow into G, right? So you see the brain kind of.
Oh my goodness!
Can you see that? All right.
Yeah,
so
just seeing that.
Right. So there's no inflow.
It's actually F.
So you change your mind again. It's not K, it's F.
Yeah, it's F.
Why is it F though? Why is
because
F, though?
Debbie says it, and Debbie's a scientist.
All right. Debbie, okay, good. All right, so F is a possibility. Anybody else seeing any other possibility?
I'm sticking to K. I'm sticking to K.
Yeah. So all
K.
right, so you're
Not seeing everything so clearly, but I don't know.
K will fill first.
You think K will fill first?
Yes.
All right. So if you rule out
the overflow from J, which will bring the water over, is lower in the pipe of J than where J would automatically run over to F. I think K would fill first.
Yeah, because J is going to be under pressure to fill up L and fill up F and run into the pipe. And
if you look where the pipes are, it will take a longer time. If J constantly pulling the water from the lower pipe, the one in the middle will take forever. The water would never get there until K is full.
Wow. You boy, these scientists. Oh, okay. Any other? Okay, gentlemen, good. Anybody else?
I think H.
So H?
Yeah.
Person will say H1 beaten. Anybody who say H a while ago need a proper beaten.
Yeah, I know why.
H.
Why I say
Why
H?
is the H? Tell me.
I think, all right.
That is blocked off the H.
My reason why I mean say H.
Yeah.
Let me see. Me look good.
Tell me. Look good again. You look very good.
Yeah, may I look.
Look very good at H.
Yes.
Look very good at H again.
H have nowhere for the water to go.
So, me just look. May I look still?
No way.
No way for it. Water can get into H.
So H has no inlet. Anybody see that? H has no inlet. So we can rule out a number of them. So we rule out H. We rule out
H. Which I want to rule out now?
Rule out G. Not G. Sorry.
You can rule out D.
H.
I wouldn't rule out G.
All right.
Rule out
Okay.
D.
G will fill.
Yeah.
No, G can be filled.
G can be filled. Rule out G because G can't be filled from D.
All right. Fine. Okay.
Rule out E too.
Right, and rule out E. So D, G, D, G, E, and H are ruled out. And if you do a kind of reasoning around that and rule out as you go along, you'll find that you can narrow down your answer to a possibility.
Yeah.
So we should not be, or we ought not to be absolute and say this one will fail. The one with the likely possibility of being filled first, based on how the triple happens at A, is likely to be so and so and so. So it's a reasoning, and you could take this into your session with your teams. You could do a full engagement with your session on this, and you could use this as well to identify the reasonability or the reasonableness or the reasoning capability of your team members. And this could be a start in a whole coaching conversation. It could help to dampen some of the anxieties that people have and help you to connect with them in ways that, So yeah, that was an icebreaker. We want to detain ourselves more on it. But yeah, your reasoning is good around that. Your reasoning is good. So let's move on then. Thank you. So our workshop objectives. Define coaching and its outcomes. And the definitions are many and varied. If you do the research in the literature, everybody says something different, or different pathways to the fact that coaching has to involve two people and an engagement for it to make sense. To explore the principles of individual coaching, to help participants build self-awareness of their role and impact on the organization. So we're not coming here to throw on you content for you to go and regurgitate to others. We have to soul search. We have to find out what our own capabilities in order to determine how we can confidently impact others. Certainly to discuss the dynamics of individual and team engagement through the coaching process, because it involves many times the team. And when we talk about poor performance or performance generally, team, and then how that impacts individual. Discussion of individual work performance. And here's where I'm going to ask you to talk back to me later. How many people report to you? How many people you have responsibility for? How do you engage them to ensure that they have the best performance? The nature of coaching individual performance, measuring performance, communicating outcomes, and managing performance and providing feedback. All of this If it's not on your job description already, it ought to be there, because this is the essence of what we do as managers. All right. So, right. And the rest of it is just understanding our role in the coaching process and engaging high performers, managing poor performers, emotional sensitivity in their appraisal process, which we'll discuss as well. So this kind of sets the context of the coaching. So let me ask the question now then, going back to my other slide. How many of us on this call this morning or in this workshop lead a team or have persons reporting to you? 5 people, 2 people, 3 people, 1 person. Karen, 1. How many people report to you, Karen? How many people report to you?
8.
8 people report to you. All right. So
Yes,
you're in
sir.
charge of setting objectives for 8 people. All right.
Certainly.
All right. And all right. Anybody else? Thank you. Thank you, Karen. Anybody else? Good, Karen. Good. So Karen has 8 people reporting to her. Sean, you have 20? Right. How many people report to you, Sean?
24.
24.
Yes.
24. Sounds like a sales
Team
network,
leader.
sales team.
Merchandising team leader.
Merchandising team. Yeah. I can tell you about that. Yeah. 20, 30. Those merchandising can be mass. And if you sell a product that is a consumer-based product, and you have many routes and SKUs involved, then you're going to have a lot of people handling those. All right. Thank you very much, Sean. Anybody else? You have 4, 5, 20 people report. Anybody else? Does anyone doesn't have anyone reporting at all? All right. So only 2 people in the class, Sean and then Karen. Maybe I'm not seeing the full screen. Jerome. Oh,
yes, ma'am.
3 people report to you, Jerome.
17.
17. Who is this? Who is it?
Jerome Thompson.
17.
Pyramid Group.
I guess I should look. Oh, yes, Jerome. All right. All right. All right. So that's the Anthony. So 14. Natalie says 1. What else am I seeing?
Jason.
Aaron, 12.
Aaron, 12. Yes. Aaron, I see that. Yeah.
Jason. 3.
Natalie, 1. Yeah. Anthony. Anne-Marie has 11.
Yeah.
Kevin
Chad.
has how many, Kevin?
10.
Chad, how many you have, Chad? 10.
10.
Oh, so we have mass teams, right? All right. So, does anyone have any supervisory level? So we look generally at the number of persons reporting. Does anyone have a supervisory level of leadership reporting to you? You manage supervisors, or you manage managers? Yeah. How many managers, Karen?
2 senior standards officers.
2 senior, and these are managers, and certainly they would have other people reporting to them as well. So you have a wide span of control.
We kind of have an unusual situation where their job category is not managers, but definitely leaders, and they have senior, what would be associated with senior officers' responsibilities.
Right. So
I
the structure
have
of
an
your
assistant manager and 3 supervisors reporting to me.
3 supervisors. Right. All right. So and that's where, when you have managers and then you have another layer of supervisory level reporting to you. So Karen, and who just spoke a while ago? Somebody. You find that it can become more complex. Alena?
Yes, Alena, true.
Right. So you thank you. Yeah, Alan, right. So when you have a management, a cohort involving managers, it tends to become more complex, because now you're in charge of managers, and then downstream people reporting to those managers. So it makes your job at the upper level more challenging. You have a point. You have your hand up, Karen. You want to make a point?
No, it was there before, but I was really just wondering why it would be more complex. You're based on your statement just now. Why?
Right. Okay. So why it will be more complex? Because then if you are the senior manager on the structure, where you have to set out strategy or define strategy coming from your boss, I suspect that you would report to a higher level boss, then you have to now redefine the strategy as to how your senior people are going to make it happen downstream. And then by extension, the people who report to them. So it's complex because of the balance that has to be created in terms of achieving that strategy. So